absolutely love it. I can't lie in. I was there going, lie in, it's Sunday, have a rest. And I'm there going, so I don't know about you. I think it's just gone live here. So this, instead of reading the other book that I was reading, I've jumped to this one, The Illusion of Money. That was very good. It reminded me of some of the things I'd read the other day. And so many times, whenever I'm doing goals with people, we get them to think of all the outside things that you want: money, cars, house, where would you go on holiday, who would you help, etc., etc. But once they've got there and once they start to smile, and beam smile, I mean ear to ear smile, like, oh, boom, right there. What is that? What is that feeling that you've got there? So go on, dream big for today. If you could just have anything you wanted in the world, what makes you smile ear to ear? Yeah. What is that lifestyle? But then I want you to capture the feeling. I want you to unattach from the outside and go inside. What's the feeling that you've got? That's the key. That's the absolute key. So at this new level awareness is coming through, we realize that abundance isn't creating something outside ourselves. It is in our total acceptance of every single part of ourself. So I put something up yesterday on my Facebook, was like, does anybody want to be free? This is it. Detach, unattachment to the outside world. Yeah. It's not about detachment and making yourself elusive to everything, but it's really understanding that it's the feelings you wanted in the first place. And it really is when you can accept every single part of yourself, not just the good, but every single part of yourself. Wow. That's the freedom. That is the start of your freedom. To only focus on the positive is implying that there is a negative, which makes it impossible to truly love all of yourself. If you're trying to think positively and only feel positive emotions, then you are running from parts of yourself and not accepting all that you are and all that you've experienced. This whole paradigm is denying the perfection of this moment and the perfection of you. Now, that was me. 100%. I was a Gallup certified strength consultant, and positivity was my number one strength. And I realized that the positivity wasn't just amazing and really good. It was also a huge setback because I completely ignored what was going on, any negative side of things at all. And whenever, yes, you don't need to sit and watch the news all day. You don't need to sit and surround yourself with negativity and everything. But just being able to let it pass through, observe things, watch them, step back from them. That's the absolute key. But accepting everything as a whole. So like when you pick up a coin, you don't just pick up the heads, you pick up the tails as well. You pick up both sides. So whenever you're in a relationship with somebody, remember that you've picked up both sides of that person. You don't just have it all good all the time. We're all perfect in ourselves, but maybe, somebody else mightn't be so perfect for you at that moment in time, but that's the best that they can be. And discovering that you can develop a level of acceptance that will allow you to see and experience everything in your life as perfect, exactly the way it is right now. And that your acceptance will create room for you to move in a completely different direction. This isn't make-believe, it's just the truth, and everything is actually perfect. Wow. Can you accept that today? Can you? The universe doesn't make mistakes. You have the perfect amount of money right now to help you learn whatever lesson you needed to learn. You have the perfect relationships in your life to help you discover exactly what you need to discover about yourself. None of this is random. It is perfect, synchronistic collaboration that is designed to continuously bring life to a higher level of expansion through each one of us. This awareness moves you up in a vertical way and beyond the situations you've been trying to figure out with the limited linear solutions your fear has been giving you. Your circumstances will begin to mirror you as you step into the perfection that you already are. The perfection you already are. Wow. by accepting the parts of you that are afraid of being broke or growing old or breaking up or falling apart, and truly loving them until they're able to leave. You will access a new ability to experience the perfection of life in ways that you've never seen before. Remember, fear cannot exist in a true space of love. If you have beliefs about yourself that are judging and you truly love them and accept them, they can't exist. So this is like, so say somebody wanted to call you names or say something horrible about you. Well, it doesn't matter, does it? Because you know you're not that. Or even if you were that, it didn't really matter. You just sort of go, yeah. Do you know what? I remember, apparently I was bullied as a child. So in one of the schools I went to, and I was like the token Catholic in the school. And I remember like this one guy, he's called Alan. I don't remember anything else about him. And, he used to call me, all the different names of a Catholic. And I would be like, well, I am. So like, why would it annoy me or bother me or anything like that? I mean, it's just hilarious. And then in college, they tried to bully me for a year, and in the end, they just actually stood there. And I remember the girl saying, "Sheena, we have tried to bully you all year. We've tried to ignore you. We've tried everything, and you don't even pay any attention. And we just realised that actually you're just a nice person." So how's that? Like, it was just like it, because I always just thought it was them. I thought, oh, they're in a bad mood or whatever. I never actually blamed me. I'm not saying I was like that with everything, I'm not, yes, as I said, I'm perfect, but it's just that whenever you have beliefs about yourself, like they were judging me based on something that they didn't know. Anyway, it's your resistance to something that creates the fear. It's not on that, you see. So somebody, like if there's a cat and a dog, and if a dog chases a cat and the cat runs, the dog just keeps chasing, doesn't it? Because it can. So this is like, it's like somebody wants to bully you. If you run and go in fear and hide and cry, and your vibration really, it's like the dog chasing the cat. If the cat runs, the dog chases. But what happens when the cat stands still? The dog runs to the cat and then goes, oh, and then generally turns away. If the cat doesn't move, the dog doesn't chase. Yeah? Can you be that? Can you be so confident in yourself and just understand that you're perfectly you? And I remember at the beginning of my strengths journey, whenever I realized that it's like, say somebody would criticize you for whatever, and I'd just go, listen, I know my strengths. You want to point out my weaknesses, that's fine. I don't even want to do anything with them. Like, I don't want to be the best dishwasher in the world. I don't want to be the best cleaner in the world. I don't want to be the most tidiest person in the world. That doesn't bother me, but I'm not bothered about it. I'm not going to get upset about it. So what if I've never cut the grass or whatever? I don't want to. Yeah. I know what my strengths are, and I just want to play to my strengths. Do you know what your strengths are? Play to them. Then life is so much more fun. So much more fun. So it's your resistance to something that creates the fear. It's not the thing you're scared of. It's your resistance to the thing. That's what's bothering you. Even the fact that you were bothered by something is part of the perfection and can be given love from a higher awareness, which allows it to leave. I understand that you may be experiencing situations that are difficult or truly sad. Something being sad or difficult to experience doesn't mean that it's not part of the perfection in life. And that's the thing about accepting every single thing. I was at a bit of a down moment last week, and I just remembered, like, Wolfgang, you go out there and cycle. I'm going to absolutely enjoy just being miserable. I felt it, and but I started to fight it, and I thought, you know what? Sod that. I'm going to be flipping miserable, and I'm going to enjoy being miserable, and I'm going to get a glass of wine, and I'm going to make myself some curly fries, and I'm going to sit here and put on some music and just be downright miserable. And you know what? I ended up enjoying being miserable. It was really funny. It was the best way to get out of it, was just going, okay, you want to be miserable? Let's be miserable. But just, it's always good to get other people out of the way whenever you're going to be like that. So something being sad or difficult to experience doesn't mean it's not part of the perfection of life. Even our sadness is perfect. You might even notice that when you're able to accept and fully embrace your sadness, there's often a feeling of love on the other side of it. Oh my goodness, it really is. If I'm okay with my sadness, it has room to leave. When I'm judging the sadness and saying it shouldn't be there, it stays there, and I never get to the love on the other side. I just can't explain how true this is about accepting every single part and understanding that you are life itself, and life itself is for continuous growth and expansion. So how can anything be bad? Everything is for your growth and expansion. Stop fighting it and enjoy the journey a lot more. It's because of our constant protection from our emotions, our minds see the negative, and we often don't get to experience the emotions that we perceive as positive. That's why I've said many times that the amount of light you emit is not based on how positively you think. It's about how much of your darkness that you can accept. Wow. When we remove all of these mental judgments about what is good and what is bad, that's when the perfection of life starts to come into our awareness. Perfection doesn't mean having the perfect circumstances. The experience of life being perfect just shows up when we're not judging it. Oh my, it's so true. It's the joy of pure experience. In the absence of our judgment, life will explode in a good way. And how often do we judge everything? We judge ourselves. Oh, I'm not good enough. I should have done this. I should have done that. I should have done the woulda, coulda, shoulda. They're the tombstones we're hiding behind. Wow. This place is full of acceptance of ourselves, and all of life is where our true abundance comes from. Real abundance is realizing that life is perfect exactly the way it is right now. Wow. There you go. There you go. So it's really funny. I've just turned my thing over, and um, I've taken pictures of certain pages that I really like to read, but so this one's coming through here, and I just feel like I need to tell somebody it. So you know the way some of you are going to go back to a job. Some of you are still doing that job from home or whatever, and you're working really hard. Like you're giving your life for what you're doing now. You're giving your life for what you're doing now. Is it worth it? So this quote here says, you're killing yourself for a job that would replace you within a week if you drop dead. Take care of yourself. Look, it says it here on this. I don't know if you can see that properly. Oh, there you go. You're killing yourself for a job that will replace you within a week if you drop dead. Take care of yourself. Wow. I don't know who that message was for, but I just felt the need to share that quote. Listen, if there's other things that you want in life, if you want to understand how to be free, have a 20-minute, I do free 20-minute talks at the minute. You know, if anybody's stuck in their head, 20 minutes and we can unlock you. So feel free to reach out to me, private message me, and we can literally have that chat. If you're looking for other ways to live, other ways to think, yeah, just have a chat with me. But have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. Okie dokie. See ya.